Afternoon, YouTube. Well, it's a little past 9:30. I'm still at it. Just wanted to show you some changes I've made. I decided to do away with the big heavy steel hoops that hold the propane tank and go with something different. Ratchet straps. Now these are good for they're 500-pound working, 1,500-pound braking strength. I've got those attached into the holes with stainless steel fasteners, and I'm going to cut these to length when I get my tank in here. But first I'm going to glue on a rubber pad that covers these screw heads and evens this out, so I'll be able to ratchet them in and tighten the tank up. I've also got a 1/4-inch aluminum plate that I am going to mount underneath there and leave a lip out for the bottom of the tank to sit on to give it some vertical support. I've got figured out how I'm going to attach that. I've just got to turn the whole frame over and do some drilling and various other things to get this all secured in. But that will give me support for the bottom of the tank. And these straps, once they're ratcheted down, they'll keep the tank solid as a jug. Now the standard size refillable propane tank, or the disposable tanks, are 3-inch, and this bracket requires 3.5-inch. The large diameter disposable propane tanks, and they make a refillable version, is 4 inches in diameter, and this strap will not fit around that and lock. So since I have two through channels here, I'm going to get a 4 or 5-inch stainless steel hose clamp and put through there, and those two clamps will hold the starting fuel tank in this bracket. These ratchet straps will hold the main fuel tank, that and this plate, and everything ought to be copacetic. I hope. Also, working on, I've got the heat shields positioned and working out the fastener locations. I've got 6 Clecos holding the two sides in alignment. Got everything nice and trim and straight and in the right orientation for the front of the engine. You can't see it for that clamp, but the edges line up, and I'll get that fixed. And then I've got these are going to vibrate like crazy, so I'm going to have to come in the bottom here where these holes are at and run a support angle up here somewhere. I'll figure that out. But these, once that thing starts bellowing like a mad bull, these things probably won't last long. Also thinking about putting a plate in here, or a cross web to kind of help stabilize this. I don't really think it'll do much, but it might look interesting, especially if I do a cross brace, kind of like a lattice work there with some metal multi-construction material that I found. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Kind of looks like stuff out of an erector set, but it might be interesting cosmetically. Be easy enough to rivet in place and just run it right down to where these bolts attach. I don't know, it's just an idea. You know, got to add a few little bells and whistles and blings and so on like that. But I've got my dip tube and valve installed in the new propane in my propane tank, and it's been purged. I've got the mounting screws, M6 mounting screws for the fuel control solenoids, which are going, now that was for the top strap for the seat belt. I'm not going to use that. These will probably sit somewhere along there. Put one on each side, and I've got liquid propane rated hose in, and but Lowe's didn't have the 5/16 barb fitting to 1/8 inch that I need for this, so I've got to make another trip down there and see if they got any more in, or go to another hardware store. Oh, by the way, didn't get your name. The little checkout guy that waited on me the other day down there at Lowe's took an interest in all the hardware that I was checking out with, asked me what I was doing. When I told him, why, he seemed very interested, so I gave him information on how to find me on YouTube. So if you're watching, Lowe's checkout guy, sorry I forgot your name, but thanks for watching. It's all coming together, but then after I get it together, got to take it all apart to get it out that door. Oh boy, but I've got to have a place outside to put it. I'm gonna have to rent a storage building, I guess, or a storage shelter or something. Have some place to work. But okay, that's the latest update. Things are moving along good. Let's see, can't think of anything else. Once I get all this finished here, my new axle tubing is in, but they didn't deliver it today. They said they couldn't find anybody home, and I was home all day, so say our mail transporter just decided to keep right on trucking down the road. But get that new axle material in, I can replace the axles in there, because they've got to be longer in order to install these shoe brake assemblies, and I'll start that next, now that I've got this worked out satisfactorily. So I'm going to drill one more hole and set a couple more Clecos in to hold that, and then decide on what type of attachment I'm going to use, whether I'm going to just drill it and bolt it, or put nut certs in and torque screws, because this needs to be removable in order to get in and service the engine easily, or remove it. So I'm not going to rivet it into place permanently. Okay, that's it for this installment. Like, comment, subscribe. Any ideas you got? I like new ideas. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.